Patrick Ewing, DeMarcus Cousins, Elgin Baylor, Kobe Bryant are just a portion of NBA players who suffered a torn Achilles injury and never really came back the same. But there are also many guys who have come back normal, like Dominique Wilkins, who came back and still played at a very elite level after an Achilles injury. And the next guy who came back still at an elite level is Kevin Durant. We all know how catastrophic that injury was for Kevin Durant back in 2019 and 2020 NBA season. When he suffered that torn Achilles injury, the Golden State Warriors season was pretty much over. And after Kevin Durant getting hurt, he decided to sign with the Brooklyn Nets. And now he's back and he's playing better than ever after lots of rehab and recovery. Looking back at Kevin Durant's Achilles injury in general, that is a very, very remarkable thing what he has done by still coming back and still playing at an elite level. But the reason why Kevin Durant is still able to come back and play at such an elite level anyway is simply because of how much skill he has. This game isn't really based on his athleticism, it's based on the overall skill set that he provides. And because of that, he was able to still help the Brooklyn Nets become one of the best teams this season. Yes, they did acquire James Harden and they did have Kyrie, but he was able to still help carry this Brooklyn Nets team to one of the best records in the entire Eastern Conference. Really without the big three even playing much together in the beginning anyway. Really throughout the entire season and into the playoffs. But let's talk about the playoffs because, well, that's really where Kevin Durant solidified himself as one of the best players in the world. Kevin Durant averaged 34.3 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 4.12 assists in the playoffs. Not only that, but to mention his 49-point game he had against the Bucks was the most recorded for a Nets player ever. He was the first player with 45 points, 15 rebounds, 15 assists. Also the third highest field goal percentage for a triple-double game. Looking at Kevin Durant anyway, he had a lot to prove this season in my opinion, and he definitely proved that to everybody, that he is able to carry a team. And he was going up against a Milwaukee Bucks team on paper that was actually a really good team, and a team that could match up with them in many ways. But looking at Kevin Durant, he still showed to Giannis why he's the best player in the world, because if you remember, some people were saying that Giannis was the only guy who could really guard Kevin Durant in the series, and well, Kevin Durant pretty much shut that down from the beginning. And in that series, Kevin Durant averaged 35.4 points, 10.6 rebounds, and 5.4 assists. And let's be really honest here, Kevin Durant was just one step away from hitting a three-pointer to win that game and win that series. A team that was not only shorthanded from having Kyrie Irving, but James Harden not even being fully 100%. The only guy that was actually capable of doing something was Kevin Durant. And I remember when I was watching First Take before, and Stephen A. Smith said Kevin Durant has no choice but to go out and drop 50 points in order to help his team win that game, the next game. And guess what? He went out and he basically did just that. He scored 49, but he basically lived up to every expectation placed upon him. What's even more impressive is, as I said before, that he was still able to make this a 7-game series against a Milwaukee Bucks team that is considered one of the best teams in the entire league. And if they easily had James Harden at more of a strength, then they would have definitely won this game without a question. What separates the great players from the really good players, in my opinion personally, is the efficiency that they play with. And Kevin Durant has definitely shown the ability as well to be one of the most efficient players in the entire NBA. Let's not forget, in that game where he scored 49 points, he shot 69% from the field. And you look at the type of shots he's taking, the defense that is being played on him, well, really the giant stature that nobody can even reach. So it's no contest for Kevin Durant. But what makes Kevin Durant even more great, in my opinion, is his ability to just control the game like how many other great players do. He has that ability to control the tempo, the pace, and play the game in his way. He picks a lot of his spots on the court, and he's able to be extremely effective in those areas. But really the one thing I truly like about Kevin Durant, despite me still having some mixed opinions about in his time with the Golden State Warriors, even though that's gone now. What I really enjoyed seeing this season was just his ability to just still show that he can still be just that guy, regardless of the talent surrounding him. Coming off an Achilles injury is a lot harder than what many people think. Many guys in the past, it's ruined their careers, and some people, they even retire from it because of how catastrophic it is. But for Kevin Durant to come back and still play at such a high level is something that is just unheard of. So looking at the future right now for the Brooklyn Nets, they're definitely going to win an NBA championship if these guys can all stay healthy. I believe that next season can definitely be their year, or even the year after as well. They can definitely win multiple NBA championships together simply because of this man right here, Kevin Durant. His ability to just play at that high level. And right now, I'm just going to just say right here and now that Kevin Durant right now is the current best player in the world. He has shown the ability to still play at an extremely high level and carry his team to a 7-game series against a team that they were definitely expecting to have a good series, but not to have a series where Kyrie Irving gets hurt and James Harden's not 100%, but you still are able to carry your team to a 7-game series. And oh yeah, every time he gets the ball anyway, when he was playing against the Bucks, I was like, oh no, what's gonna happen now? But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this brief video on Kevin Durant. And yes, I believe Kevin Durant is the best player right now in the entire NBA. He definitely deserves it because the way he played this season in the playoffs. But don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for the channel for more basketball content each and every single week. Have a good day. Peace.